Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I don't actually know what time of day it will be when you're all watching this. But either way, hi, I hope you're all okay. My name's Charlotte Whittle. I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne at the level of Executive Regional Vice President. And I am currently coming to you, the Haugen region, from a balcony in New Zealand. So I'm just outside Christchurch. I'm in a place called Sumner. We arrived yesterday, so myself, my husband, my two children, Louis and Phoebe, my mum, my dad, we arrived yesterday. We're staying with my brother, who's actually a resident over here, for Christmas. So we're out here for almost a month. We're doing tons of Arbonne while we're out here, so we've got our first DA tomorrow night. We're travelling down to Queenstown on Friday, where we're going to be doing another DA. We've got meetings in Gore, in Queenstown. We've got them up and down the South Island of New Zealand while we're here. So what an awesome place to work, right? What an amazing place to be building a team, building a business. It's early evening now and I'm sat outside and it's just lovely and warm. The ocean's behind me. It's beautiful. So Francis had kindly, bless him, asked me to share a training with you guys. And I was like, what can I possibly train you guys on that you haven't already heard? Because if you've not already figured it out, you have the most amazing upline. Francis is the epitome of Arbonne. He is everything that I want to be in my business. So you guys, I just hope, know how awesome he is and truly just plug into everything that he and Stuart and everyone else in that success line, everything that they're doing is gold. And certainly us outside those teams, we look to the stuff that your guys are doing because it's phenomenal, right? So I thought about it and I thought, do you know what? I can probably offer a different perspective because obviously I'm an ex-social worker. I was a child protection social worker when I was introduced to Arbonne. I've been in child protection for 10 years. I was introduced to Arbonne just over 3 years ago by my mum and her best friend. So her best friend is Executive Regional Vice President Joanne Geddes, and my mum, who's actually my sponsor, is RVP Qual Anne Gallagher. So they introduced Arbonne to me, and at that time I was working around 60 hours a week as a social worker. I had a 1-year-old who was incredibly sick in and out of hospital, and a 3-year-old Louis. So my life was mental, right, when I looked at Arbonne. But I said yes to it because I saw that my life was never going to change if I didn't do something to change it. And I think that that's something that I've really kind of grabbed hold of in my business. And it's the thing that I'm most passionate about sharing. The fact that this is an opportunity for anyone, regardless of their circumstances, to change their life if they choose to. And I think that that's the key. And that's a little bit what I want to talk to you about today, really. The fact that whilst absolutely this is such a level playing field, we've all got the same products, we've all got the same opportunity, we've all got the same head office, the same customer service, and the same products. It's a completely level playing field. The only variable is you. So you need to decide to get to work if you want this to work, because I think the reality with Arbonne is we kind of just spend a lot of time hoping that it's going to work and not really being as intentional as we should be about making this work. That's what I see the most. I think for me, when I was introduced to this, my back was so up against the wall with the fact that the job that I did just didn't allow me any time to be with my children, and that wasn't okay for me. So I had to make this work. It was do or die for me. So I was I was uncomfortable enough in my old life to do the things that was required to make this work. And so I guess the first part of what I wanted to talk to you about today is, have you found your pain yet? Because you might have said yes to Arbonne. I don't know why you've said yes to it. There'll be lots and lots of reasons why, but unless you get really clear on your pain, you are probably not going to do the things, you're not going to be willing to do the things that it takes to make it work. And so by finding your pain, so Tony Robbins, like the God, Tony Robbins, talks about we're all driven as human beings by two things. So we either want to avoid pain or we're seeking pleasure. One of those two things. So you've got to find what it is and we call it, sometimes we call it our why, but I think it's more than that. I think it's about getting really clear on what your life is really going to look like if you continue doing what you're doing right now. And you've got to make yourself so uncomfortable with what that's going to look like, and you've got to realize that time is going to go by, and that is going to happen. So for me, I saw that I would be in the same job until I was 75. I would miss my kids growing up. I would not be able to go to Christmas plays, to swimming galas, to drop them off at school, pick them up. Those things I wouldn't be able to do, and that was only probably going to get worse and more stressful. The cost of living was going to continue to rise. Our income was not really going to grow that much. I got so clear on my pay that I then was motivated by that to do the things that I needed to do. So I would say for the first thing that I talk to people on my team about is to just really, truly understand what your life will look like, project it forward if you continue doing what you're doing right now. And I know we say that a lot in DAs, but have you actually sat down and thought about the consequences of not taking the road less travelled, of not moving your Arbonne business forward? Have you truly got to grips with what the consequences of that are? And are you all right with that? Because I wasn't all right with it. So once you decide whether or not you are, then you can make a plan to move forward, right? So that's the first thing that I think is crucial and that you need to do. The second thing is you've got to get clear on your vision and what you want to create for your life. So what I see with a lot of people in Arbonne is they know what they need to do. You all will know what you need to do. It's not complicated. We have amazing world-class products and we have a life-changing business opportunity. We find people to talk to about it. We talk to the people that we find and we get them started either with products or in the business, and we repeat. We do that over and over and over again. That's it. That's all that we do. But yet I see so many people get so stuck. And I believe that resistance, that, you know, that thing when you don't know, you don't do what it is that you know that you need to do to move your business forward, that's resistance. When you talk yourself out of it, when you tell yourself it's more important to put the washing on, or that you need to really spend time with the kids tonight, even though you had said you were going to go to that DA, but then you decide not to do. Like there's lots and lots of excuses that we come up with, and that just is resistance. And I believe that comes from fear. That comes from a fear of what if? What if I actually go for it? For this thing that you've decided you're going to create. So maybe you look to Stuart as a nation and look at his lifestyle and you're like, right, that's what I want to create. And the conscious part of your brain is going, absolutely, we can totally create that. You know, maybe there's other VPs that you look to and you're like, that's what I'm going to do. The conscious bit's like, totally, you're going to create that. You're going to train on stage at GTC. You're going to, you know, be earning £20,000-30,000 a month. You're going to be putting all these Mercedes on the road. Your conscious brain's like, totally, this is dead simple. And then the resistance comes up. And that's because the subconscious part of your brain doesn't know how you're going to do it. It wants to know the answers. And when it doesn't, our subconscious brain doesn't understand the different types of fear. It just understands it's scared and it thinks you're going to die. It literally tries to keep you safe from dying. Like your subconscious brain is like working away in the background going, oh my God, she said she's going to do what? Oh my God, but what's that going to take? And wow, and all of this stuff. And then it's like, no, you'll die. Just stay in and watch Coronation Street. It's safer. And that's why that resistance comes up time and time and time again. And it's because the vision that you're creating, your subconscious, unless it knows exactly how you're going to get there, it's scared, okay? And its only job is to protect you. That goes like back to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago when we were cavemen and it was about fight or flight. Like that's where that part of us comes from. And it's still in there. When there are things that are unknown and we're fearful of, our subconscious protects us by literally going, you're going to die, right? So we know we're not going to die of doing Arbonne. So the thing that I believe, the next thing that you want to do after you've got clear on your pain, is you've got to get so clear on your vision. Are you ready for this? Daily. You have to work daily, writing down time and time again on what it is you're going to create. I am going to create a 12-wide nation. I am going to promote 12 nations direct to me. I will earn my first million in the next 12 months. I know exactly what my life is going to look like when I do that. I know exactly what my children will be doing, what my husband will be doing, what I'll be doing with my time, where I'll be living. Well, I won't be living anywhere. So my whole thing is I want to live location free. I want to be able to spend time here in New Zealand, spend time in America, spend time in the UK. I want to be able to afford to have a teacher that travels with us so that my children can be homeschooled wherever we are by a teacher. My vision for what I'm creating is so clear, and I work on that daily in here. So I get up in the morning and I read, and then I do my mindset work. And you've got to every day come back to that vision, where it is you're going, because the more your subconscious hears you getting clear on it, the less scary it is. The more it just becomes normal. Now, here's the next part. And I hope this is all stuff that you don't know and you've not heard before. I hope that you're finding it useful. So the next thing that you need to do is create what's next. So what's next after 12 Wide Nation? What's next after earning your first million? What's next? Because when you do that and you supersize your vision, so maybe you want to go 20 wide, maybe you want to, I don't know, be the highest paid income earner in Arbonne. I want to be the most successful female in the whole of network marketing. That's what I want to be. That's my next. That's my huge. I have no idea how I'm going to get there, but that's bigger than 12 Wide Nation. So my subconscious goes, well, 12 Wide Nation is quite easy, really, because compared to that huge goal, if she's going to be the most successful woman in network marketing, that's easy. We'll let her do that. She's not going to die doing that. She might die trying to be the most successful woman in network marketing, but she's not going to die going 12 Wide Nation because she knows how to do that. That's Arbonne. That's fine. So then you can get on with what it is you need to do without all that resistance, because the resistance is just your subconscious going, you will die. So if you are one of those people that suffers with that, and I think most people do, and it'll show up in different ways for you, it's just because you're not clear enough on your vision. You're not clear enough initially on your pay, and then on your vision for what it is that you want to create with this business. And here's the thing, right? You can create anything with this business, anything you want, because it's yours. It's absolutely yours. We have got the backing of one of the best companies on the planet, in my opinion. When you're in business with Arbonne, they've got your back. They want you to be successful. As long as what you're doing is compliant, as long as it's in keeping with the brand, as long as what you're doing is good and for the benefit of others, Arbonne has your back. And you can create anything with this, wherever you want to create it. You've just got to get so clear on that vision. And I think that if you're not already doing daily mindset work, so doing daily realigning that compass every day to where it is I'm going, because what comes from doing that, from setting that vision clear again every day, you go, right, okay, so these are the steps I need to take. And for me, they're dead simple. They've always been dead simple. 4 15-minute blocks a day where I aim to add one new person to my contact list, whether that's from a referral, from meeting someone, from bumping into someone in the supermarket, whatever. Add one new person to my contact list, reach out to one person and ask to share the business or the product, and then follow up with someone that I've reached out to in the last week. That's it. And I do that 4 times a day. I did that when I was working 60 hours a week. I do that now that I work my Arbonne business when I want. I still do that same thing, those 3 things. And I think you guys do pretty much the same thing in your success line. So just bear with me 1 second. The biggest cup in the world of detox tea. So I think you do that. And I just aim to do that 4 times a day. I'm away at the moment, but I've certainly today I've done 3 of my 4. And so once you're so clear on your vision, you're so clear on your pain, and you're working every single day and getting clear and realigning that compass, and you're just like, right, these are the steps I need to take, and off you go and you take the steps. You do the thing, and then by bedtime, maybe you need to listen to something, read something, whatever. Have that going around in your brain while you're asleep, and then come back to it again in the morning and start again. And I think that we can all dance around this as much as we want, but if you truly want to make Arbonne work for you, if you want to be able to spend Christmas wherever you want in the world, like this, building a business, still getting paid, just choosing to be with my family in a different country, if you want that for your life, then you absolutely just need to take the time to work on you, because anyone can make this work, but you've got to get so clear up here on what it is that you're creating, because you are the only barrier to your success in this business. You, not the people that say no to you, not the people that don't believe in you, none of that. That's all completely irrelevant, because as Debbie Neal says, the game remains the same, right? Even if someone says no to you, the game remains the same as long as you're clear about which game it is you're playing. As long as you know exactly where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to be, what you want to have, what you want to create, the impact that you want to make on this world, because you can do that with this business. If you're clear on all of that every single day, you will move forward at the fastest rate of knots you've ever imagined in your whole life. Like, I started at the end of last month, getting ready for this month, because I knew that I wanted to bonus my central district before I got on the plane for New Zealand. I knew that by the 15th of this month, I wanted to bonus my central district. It's double volume for AIT. I generally do twice as much at the end of the month as I do at the start of the month. So I knew that if I'd got that bonus in the bag, then by the end of the month, I'll be on at least 10,000 in my central district, which doubles to 20,000, Bob's your uncle. But all I've done every day for the start of this month is just write out the vision, what it's going to be like when we're on that incentive trip, you know, how much fun the kids are going to have, how nice it's going to be that, you know, my husband doesn't need to worry about paying for a holiday, how awesome it's going to be that we're going to go away as many times as we're going to go away next year. Like, just get clear on it. Get clear on how many people you're going to help. I'm sorry, I've got really bad indigestion today. Traveling is like no good for people like us that really watch what we eat. So just getting so clear on what it is and who it is you're going to help and all of those things. And by doing that daily, I promise you, it is some weird magic stuff, and I don't really know how it works, but you don't need to know how. If you just keep it center of your brain, what it is that you want to create, it will happen, because it can't not. Once you see it as done, once you see it as this is it, this is what I'm doing, and you work towards that with intention every day, it will just happen. So I hope that what I've shared with you right now has added some value. I hope that it's stuff that you found useful. You can absolutely reach out to me if you feel like you want some more clarity on some of the stuff that I've talked about. It begins and ends in here. Like, the battle is won and lost up here with Arbonne, because the Arbonne bit is simple. The products speak for themselves. The opportunity is hands down the best on the planet. The only barrier to it is you. So just work on you, work on your vision, move this forward, and I will talk to you all soon. Have the most amazing Christmas. Love you, Francis. Bye-bye.